Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis camp of the Great Millstone, and we're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash.
double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and they are as follows. The tribe of Judah, the so-called Negroes. The tribe of Benjamin, the so-called West Indians. The tribe of Levi, the so-called Haitians. The tribe of Simeon, the so-called Dominicans. The tribe of Zebulon, the so-called Guatemalans and Panamanians. The tribe of Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. The tribe of Manasseh, the so-called Cubans. The tribe of Gad, the so-called North American Indians. The tribe of Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians. The tribe of Naphtali, the so-called Argentinians to Chileans. The tribe of Asher, the so-called Colombians to Uruguayans. And the tribe of Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, let's get right into it.
It's the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so thou shalt be thanked for thy benefits.
Khan says that when thou do good, to know whom thou doest it. You know, don't be wasting your time on idiots. You know, people who don't receive things well, such as the scriptures. You know, don't waste your time with them. All right, don't waste your time with them at all. Okay, because the thing is, you know, once you get this word out, you know, and the people can receive it, you know, they're going to be thankful whether they thank you personally or not. You know, it's going to change their life. All right. Go ahead.
This is Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. It reads, "Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine."
Khan says, give that not which is holy to the dogs. Okay, you got two things that are holy. You know, the nation of Israel, okay, the people, the elect. Don't be giving yourself to people that's unholy, ungodly. And then you got the scriptures. You know, the scriptures can't help those that are ungodly. All right?
It says, "Lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you."
Khan, it said they will have no value. You know, they will not at all value the things that are valuable to you. All right? They're going to make it worthless. All right? They're going to bring it back worthless to you as well. They're going to trample over it. Okay? It means nothing to them. All right? And you end up losing it.
Precept. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Khan, and here again, that's the scriptures. Okay? Give that not to them unto a strange nation. You know, as the scriptures say, when it comes to marriage, you know, it tells the men not to marry the women of heathen nations lest they turn themselves away from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, it's okay to marry a woman as long as you keep yourself focused. You know, Moses kept himself focused. All right.
Just to add on real quick, because you know these scriptures were only meant for us. As the brother brought up back in Matthew chapter 7, right? If the heathens, you know, got a hand on this word, they would take that and use it against us. And then you got 2/3 of our people who will also try to use the scriptures against us. So really, at the end of the day, this is only profitable for the elect of the nation of Israel.
Right? And just to add to that, they did take it and do things to it. You know, they put that false name in there, Jesus. Okay. They took the Hebrew alphabet, Psalms 119, and put that Yiddish crap in there. All right, it's not supposed to be in there. Brother and I were looking at two scriptures the other day. What scripture was that you brought out? In the NLT, it said woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we know the Most High, you know, he only deals with the men, according to Proverbs 8:4 and Ezekiel 34, 30, and 31. All right? He's only dealing with the men. So you got to be careful when you go into those other translations, you know. It's going to contradict the scriptures. All right?
And how they're doing it currently. That's why you have these vocab malons, all these different scoffers, these Christians coming against, trying to use this word against us when they have no understanding.
Yeah, oh, to your point, another one that Deuteronomy 2868, they tried to sell themselves, but nobody would buy them.
Right,
What kind of
okay.
crap is that?
Right.
All right.
Nobody.
That's it.
Back at Sirach chapter 12, verse 2. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him, yet from the Most High.
Kind of says, do good to the godly man. Okay, that's your fellow brother, you know, of the elect. Okay, do good unto him, and things are going to come back to you. If not from him, you know, the Most High is going to repay you. Okay, in one way or the other. All right, there will be like you said, a recompense, and a word recompense means to pay back. All right.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 41. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward.
God. Yeah, he that see. Read that again.
It's Matthew 10 and 41. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward.
God. So that's the thing, you know, when you received it, you're going to get paid back the same thing as he would get paid. All right. You're going to have the same thing. There's a benefit to giving to a prophet or to a righteous man. Okay? You're helping them to fulfill his office unknowingly. Okay? Go ahead.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil.
God, it says there can be no good that comes to him that is always occupied in evil. And that's Esau Edom. You know, we know what his end is because he's always occupied in evil. What's that? In Micah 2:1, I believe. Yeah. Yeah.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity.
Woe. That woe means death and destruction. All right. And that iniquity is sin on top of sin on top of sin on top of sin.
And work evil upon their beds.
God says and work evil, and that word E goes into time, ill. I got that backwards. E goes into time, and ill is bad. Yeah.
Bad times.
Bad times.
You say, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
And that's what they do all day long. Just practice evil. All right.
Yes, sir.
All day long, practice evil. You know, the scriptures say they can't sleep unless some man have fallen. All right.
And like, real quick, like you say, in the power of their hand. That's why Job 9:24 said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Mhm.
All right, so let's go into the power of the hand. That's the power that Yahweh Shemashai gave them. You know what I'm saying? As far as to be wicked,
Wow.
to commit iniquity, to cause some to fall. You know, well, most to fall, you know. But yeah, like I said, it's in the power of the hand. Some people say, well, who left the white man in charge? Yahweh Shemashai
Mhm.
for his
Right.
purpose.
Mhm.
Right?
I said those evils are multiplied upon the earth because of it. All right.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 16. It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
God, it's like they can't rest if they're not doing any evil. Okay? They cannot rest if they're not doing any evil. All right?
That's one. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
Con, and that's what they nourish themselves with wickedness and violence. Okay? He said they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Okay? That's that's their diet. Okay?
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Con, his soul that is lifted up. That's him being proud. Okay? It's not upright in him. Go ahead.
It says, but the just shall live by his faith.
Con, and the just shall live by his faith. And he was the just. That's the elect of Israel. Okay? So shall live by his faith. Okay? I believe it's Ecclesiastes 7 and 13. Consider the work of Yahweh. For who can make straight what he has made crooked, something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 13. The work of Yahweh, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked?
Con, so this dude was created to be the wicked. Okay, he's always crooked. He's never going to be straight. He's always going to come to you sideways. Okay, devising that iniquity and that evil. All right.
quick precept back here real quick. This is Proverbs 16:4.
Mhm.
Says, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
God, he says he has created the wicked for the day of evil, okay? And we're in that day right now, okay? This evil upon is something every single day, you know, with this wicked, the wicked elite are doing something every single day, all right? And it's all coming out about them too, what they've done, you know, mess with the school system, mess with the water, mess with the food, mess with the air, okay? Anything to, and what they say is, everything is grievous to us because of them.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, Psalms 10.
Yep.
Because ultimately what? Hey, they doing the job. They that's their job. To
Yep.
be evil and wicked on this planet.
God, he said, "The wicked, who is thy sword?"
That's right.
Yep. He's on the left hand side of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
And guess what? 2/3 of our people follow suit. That's
God.
why they're gonna be destroyed, just like Esau Edom. Man.
God. God says, "Go hand in hand, the wicked will not go unpunished."
That's right.
All right. Back in 3.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms.
God, that's to him that giving no alms, and when you give alms, that's something you give gratuitously to relieve the poor, such as food, water, drink. Okay. Instead of that, Esau Edom takes it away. You know, you have all these restaurants that have all this leftover food. Rather than give it to them, you throw it away. You know, we have a law about grape gatherers. You know, when you glean, okay, instead of leaving some for the poor, he takes it all. He leaves it nothing. All right.
It says, give to the godly man and help not a sinner.
God says, give to the godly man. That's the fellow brother of the elect. You know, and not to the sinner. Okay, the sinner is the one who transgresses the laws. Okay, 1 John 3 and 4 says, whosoever committeth sin transgresses the law. For sin is transgression of the law. Okay, if you give it to a man that's not going to keep that, you know, as I think it's 1 Corinthians 15 and 33 says, bad communications corrupt good manners. All right. So you're going to be corrupted in that process.
Verse 5. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly.
God says, do well to him that is lowly. Okay, and that's that lowly goes back to your fellow brother of the elect, the needy. You know, we're called the poor and the needy. All right.
It's Proverbs chapter 19, verse 17. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Khan. So that's a great work in front of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You know, you have what in a sense he said he has not cast away his people. So when you come upon this individual and they're needy, you have not cast them aside as well either. You know, as the scriptures say, you know, a charity covers a multitude of sins. All right.
Go ahead and bring that out real quick.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 8, it says, and above all things have fervent charity among yourselves,
God.
for charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
God, and charity is a constant giving to relieve the poor. You know, and the poor can be, you know, poor in spirit, okay, and also poor in the things that are needed, like I said before, just like food, water, clothing. All right, anything that's going to help relieve the poor, and you give it gratuitously, graciously. You know, don't be giving it to them and, you know, on social media taking a selfie. You know, showing what you're doing. All right. It says the scriptures say the left hand's supposed to know what the right hand is doing. All right.
And just right now, we out here giving charity.
God.
We got this wisdom, knowledge, understanding going on. Because remember, hey, we got it, freely we give it. We're not
God.
charging for this. All right. So that's part of doing charitable work.
God. And yeah, just to your point, you know, even though there's no one out here, people on the comment board.
Yep.
You know, giving to them. Something's going to be said. It's going to lift their spirits, make them repent and turn back to the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. That's the ultimate goal. All right.
How about you got shots is our work?
God.
Out here, keep our bodies as living sacrifices. That's the matter.
Back in Proverbs chapter 19, verse 17. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and that which he giveth will he pay him again.
God, and it's like you're get back what you give. You know, as the scriptures say. Put that in Galatians 6 and 7 for me.
I got it.
Okay.
Go ahead. Oh, I got it. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
God, so what he sows, that shall he reap. You know, if he sows goodness, he will reap goodness. If he sows evil, he will reap evil. All right?
This is Ephesians 6 and 7. With good will doing service as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether he be bond or free.
God, and that's the thing. You know, he says when you give, you giving as you do unto the Lord. Okay? And he's going to reap that. All right? He's going to reap that. So you give good, it's just like giving to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And you're going to get recompense for that. All right.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 6. The point is at 7. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap bountifully. Every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity. For Yahweh loveth a cheerful giver.
Con, it says, he that sows sparingly is going to reap sparingly. You give a little, you're going to get a little. You know, if you sow bountifully, you're going to get bountifully. So that means if you sow a lot, you're going to get a lot. Okay, it says, give not grudgingly. It's like, oh, I got to do this. No, that's not how you do it. You know, you give it cheerfully. Don't even think about it. You know, once it's gone, it's gone. You know you've done the work of the Lord as the scriptures came out before. All right?
All right. This is Luke chapter 4, starting at verse 17. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah, or Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found a place where it was written, the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovery of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of Yahweh Bashem Shai.
Con, it says he's preached the gospel to the poor. Okay, and when you think of that poor, that's us right now, the needy, under all the curses of Deuteronomy 28, and then some. Okay, you preaching that gospel to the poor to give them hope. Okay, that's all we have right now. Is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, we're under these curses. It's not going to come out until it's said the year of the Lord. Okay, and we're looking at this year right now. You know, it's the year hasten the coming of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 5. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread, and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him.
Fine, that's going back to that Matthew 7 and 6, okay? Just a little bit more detail. You know, they're going to trample over your stuff. You know, you need twice as much back, as much good as you've done to them. They don't appreciate anything, all right? What you hold valuable, such as these scriptures, you know, and your place amongst Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, they don't value that, okay? None whatsoever. That's why he's trying to destroy you. You know, as a matter of fact, they're jealous of you. They want what you have, all right? And nobody else can have it.
Verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners.
You hear that? Okay.
Are you sure? Read that
again. Read that again, yeah.
For the Most High hateth sinners.
So to you Christian churches that say God loves the sinner but hates the sin, this is a direct cut to that. Okay? Because those are the ones, you know, he didn't make the covenant with the sin. He made the covenant with you. Okay? And like we said before, 1 John 3 and 4, whosoever committeth sin transgresseth the law, for sin is transgression of the law. Okay? So he hates you. All right? Not the sin. You committed it. All right, that's like, you know, somebody go out here, you know, and run somebody over with a car. What are you gonna do? You get mad at the car or get mad at who's driving the car?
Right.
All right.
And when we pay vengeance unto the ungodly and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Khan, he says he will repay vengeance until the ungodly. Okay, you're gonna have to pay for those sins. You know, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, maybe 10 years from now. You know, Lord willing, we don't have that long, but you're gonna have to pay for that sin. You know, whether it's in the current body that you're in or who you come back as. All right.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 9. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High.
Khan, it's about the godly and the ungodliness. You know, that's him and his works. Okay. Hateful until Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Hateful, and the things that he hates, he destroys. All right.
It's 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation.
God, he knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation. You know, we was in Camp Friday, you know, that when you look at that scripture, Zechariah 13 and 9, he says, I will bring them through the fire. You know, he's going to hold your hand and bring you through it. Okay, he's going to bring you out of that fiery trial. Okay, and that's because you trust him. You know, you've been doing your best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, you know, he says, I believe in Psalms 1, you know, he that delights in the law, you know, I get that for him. Yeah, I don't want to butcher it.
The book of Psalms chapter 1, starting at verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
Yeah, he said, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. You know, don't be following the ways of this world. You know, doing things, you know, like the alphabet gang. Okay, going out here sleeping with other men's wives. Okay, things that this world promotes. All types of sin and iniquity. All right.
It says, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
God, nor standeth in the way of sinners. You know, get them away from you. Okay, or the sins of the scornful. Get the word scornful for me. Probably
Scornful. So it goes into contemptuous.
So contemptuous, those are the people who are showing contempt for the scriptures, okay?
And
They're not in there, they're in unbelief. Yep. You know, because the scriptures say, you know, what if some do not believe? Does that make the word of Yahweh none effect? Okay? So stay away from those scornful, stay away from the sinners. All right?
contemptuous goes into manifesting, feeling, or expressing deep hatred or disapproval. It says feeling or showing contempt.
That's definitely the 2/3. You know, no respect for this word. Y'all been saying he's coming forever. He's never gonna come back. You know, y'all believe in that, what they call him, Sky Daddy. You know, y'all believe in that still. He's never coming back. And see, the thing is, we have the eyesight to see all the signs and wonders that he's doing right now. You know, you got a tsunami or typhoon going on in Japan right now. All these floods. You know, all this crazy stuff that's going on. All right, in the world. These famines. All right.
Another one that pop out is disdainful.
God. Yeah, they have a disdain for the scriptures. All right. Yeah, verse 2.
This book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 2. It says, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and in his law doth he meditate day and night.
God, so his delight is in that, okay, in the law. Keeping that law. You know, you're happy to keep the law. And it's a beautiful thing when you see everything that's going on right now. All right? That's it.
Back in 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations,
God.
and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
God, reserve them until the day of punishment. You're gonna get destroyed. Okay? The unjust, the ones who don't believe, the ones who don't have faith. Okay? That's your 2/3. All right?
It's Job 21:30. That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath.
God, no, the wicked is reserved until the day of destruction. Okay, that's talking about Esau, Edom. You know, the scriptures say they are not in trouble as other men. Okay, that iniquity is building up. Okay, and it's going into the nostrils of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, he's smelling it. He's not going to delay in giving them that punishment. And that day of wrath, they're going to be brought forth in the day of wrath for destruction. All right?
Who shall declare his way to his face?
That's the prophets. And we out here doing that now. Okay? Declaring his ways to his face. All right? Go ahead.
And who shall repay him what he hath done?
God, and that's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Remember, vengeance is the Lord's. Okay? We're not supposed to repay evil for evil. Okay? Go ahead. That's it? All right.
No, I'm done.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 8. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom."
Fine, sinful kingdom. Okay? And that's a sinful kingdom. It's not only Babylon the Great, but it's also it's 2/3.
Yep.
Okay?
It says, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
God, he's going to destroy it. The sinful kingdom. Okay?
Well, in times past, this was talking about us. We had a kingdom.
God.
We don't have a kingdom right now.
Right.
So 2/3 are dwelling within another kingdom. You know, they try to uphold that standard of their kingdom, but this kingdom that this is talking about is Esau, Edom.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, times past is talking about us, but ask us, do we have a kingdom right now?
Nope.
No. So
No
we
kingdom.
dwell amongst a wicked kingdom.
Yep.
But also those who are living wickedly will receive the same judgment as the wicked who heads this kingdom.
God.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob.
God.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
So he will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, and that's the 1/3. He's going to not utterly destroy it. That means completely destroy it. As he said, I will not cast away my people. All right. So he's going to destroy the 2/3 and save the remnant, which is the 1/3. All right. The elect.
Back in Sirach, chapter 12, verse 7. Give unto the good and help not the sinner.
That's plain and straightforward. Okay. And we know the good to be the elect of Israel. Okay, and not the sinner. The sinner are the ones who transgress the law continually. All right.
It says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity.
God, it says the friend cannot be known in prosperity. You know, when you are doing so well, you know, everybody, you know, wants to be around you. Look at what was the old boy in the 90s? MC Hammer. Yep. You know, hired all those people. You know, giving them jobs and stuff. All right, and he said an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. That's just a polar opposite. When you going down, okay, there are gonna be others there to help push you down. Okay, to make sure you don't get back up.
Hey, we got the fake friends, right?
Yep.
Hey, they start leaving, start disappearing on you.
Yep.
The party's over, they done too.
Mm-hmm.
It's Proverbs 17:17. A friend loveth all at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
God, you go ahead.
God, so yeah, you know, a friend, you know, they having fun, you know, it's like it. It's Proverbs 17:17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. So yeah, you know, just like the brother Nathan said, you know, a friend, you know, he's with you, like, you know, when it's joyful times, you know, he's always with you, all right. But you know, when it comes to adversity, he just, you know, flees away, all right. But it said a brother is born for adversity. So yeah, you know, a brother, you know, he's gonna stay with you, you know, when you're going through adversity.
Hey, just like us brothers here, man, on the highways and byways, man, catching hell together, you know. We lean upon each other, man. Hey, that's how we know we real brothers, man. 'Cause we all going through it together, man. We ain't got no outside sources where they living in the world, but then they won't be shalom and all that, right? That ain't a true brother, man. He's just here for the, you know, the chicken and wine, trying to deal. But hey, we standing with the brothers, man, that 10 toes down the street, man, going through the furnace of adversity, man, all together, man.
Yep. That was it.
This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, beginning at verse 7. If thou wouldst get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
Right.
Right, so ultimately, when you come in to meet somebody, you can't be, quick to make decisions or make a judgment, saying whether they're good or bad. You gotta search them out, see what they're about, prove them by their actions. All right, don't make a judgment based off of emotion or off your feelings. Or you gotta completely search out the individual. All right.
They call that vetting.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta vet a person out.
Mm-hmm. Verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, right? It says for some man is a friend for his own occasion, meaning his own belly, because as the brother brought out, a brother is born for adversity because there's certain individuals who are only there for when you're doing prosperous.
Yep.
Right? Because they want to so-called take part in what you have.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're going through it, when you're in adversity and you don't got nothing, they don't want to deal with you.
Right.
All right.
You're no benefit to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Says, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. So also, man, not everybody is going to be there for you through all your good and bad times, all right? Some people are only going to be there for your good times, but when it comes to the bad times, they're not willing to go through it with you, all right? They'll leave you right then and there, all right? That's it.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 20. It says, the poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich have many friends.
Right.
So just to go back as far as the rich, you got prospering, you got so many people that's there, and it's hard, and you can even hear it in modern times, like in music and stuff, where they say, when they didn't have anything, they didn't have friends. Now that they have a lot, they got many friends, and it's hard to really distinguish who's really truly with them.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what did Mike Jones say back then? You want me now? I'm hot. They all on me.
Yeah.
Y'all weren't with me shooting in the gym, all that. Man?
Yeah, there was even something mentioned, like even with Fat Joe. He had an entourage.
Yep.
He was known to have a huge entourage, and at one point, it was said like he did a test to show like, hey, I'm bankrupt, I didn't have this, and he had like maybe a handful of guys that stuck around.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it just shows that when people are in adversity, that even amongst your own family, they're not even sticking around to help it.
Here again, just like the brother brought out earlier, like you said, the poor is hated by his neighbor. He wanted to do. You're no benefit to him. All right.
This book of 1 John chapter 4 verse 1. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit whether they are of Yahweh.
Read that again.
This is 1 John 4:1. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are the spirits of Yahweh.
It says, believe not every spirit. You're going to have people like, that's pretty much, you're going to have people faking the funk, okay?
Yep.
All right, so you got to watch them. You got to try them to make this sure and make sure that they're of Yahweh, if they're following the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay?
Like you said, that vetting process.
Yeah.
It's because many false prophets are going out into the world.
Many false prophets are going out, and you seeing that, teaching the wrong thing, okay? Teaching a false name, not saying what the C to the HIP is, okay? Teaching the wrong stuff and misleading the folks. All right, so it's like I said, you got to try those spirits. Whatever they say, compared to the scriptures. All right.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say, just because they come up Shalom, call you out Shalom Shah, you still got to, like I said, check that doctor. So what's the seed? Blah blah blah. What you think about that? Check to see where they're at.
Another thing is because when you're in this truth, the only true friends are the prophets, are the men of the Lord. Man.
Right.
All right, so you have to try those spirits. All right, because we're not dealing with people in the world. We already know they world. We already know where they're coming from. All right, but you got to try the spirit to make sure these guys are getting about what they say they're about, man. All right, are their lifestyle is lining up with the scriptures, man? Are they truly for this truth?
Back to Sirach chapter 12, verse 9.
In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved.
God says in the prosperity, people don't want to see you do good. Okay? People do not want to see you good. You know, as a matter of, you know, it's like we're out here keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. As the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of our times. Fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So the thing is, while all the stuff is going on around us, we're even keeled because we understand what's happening in the scriptures. And people are grieved because, you know, we're not out of our wits. Okay? We know what to do. All right?
But in this adversity, even a friend will depart.
Khan says, but in adversity, even a friend will depart. You know, as these things come and they can't see what you see in these prophecies, you know, they're gonna walk away from you. They're gonna think you're crazy. All right? And that's not the case. You know, it's just been given to those who understand, those who have that eyesight. All right?
Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
God says, never trust thine enemy, for as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Okay? Iron is guaranteed to rust. Okay, raw iron, it is guaranteed to rust. Okay, which means your enemy is guaranteed to be wicked, and that's talking about Esau Edom. All right.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
God said though he humbled himself, and you know, anybody who's worked in corporate America, everybody's your friend. You know, trying to be friendly with you. At the same time, you know, they got a knife in your back. Okay. Trying to be, you know, he's going to be humble. You know, trying to read you. You know, find out everything he can about you. All right. And then he's going to go in for the kill.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
God says, thou will be as thou hast wiped a looking glass. You ever wipe a looking glass? Okay. And it says that rust is going to like it's not altogether wiped away. All right. And what, like I said, that raw iron, what caused it to rust? Oxygen. Okay. So as long as this dude is breathing, you know, he's wicked. Period.
Verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
God, and what that cuts that saying that this world has, you know, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
Right.
No, it says don't set him by you. Okay. Lest, you know, he's gonna stand up in your place. He's gonna try to overthrow you. That's his job. You know, his job is Esau Edom is never wants to see you succeed. You know, just look back at old times in the 1920s. Let's say for Black Wall Street, for example. You know, we left them on our own. You know, take care of our own stuff. You know, they hated to see us succeed because what they had us working for them for free, and now they were coming to us for stuff. All right, shopping in our stores, using our banks. All right, they couldn't stand it. They found a way to destroy it, as with other communities that were prosperous.
It says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat.
And that's exactly what he wants to do. He wants to take what you have. Okay, and that's happening right now with this birthright. You know, trying to be friends with you. You got them now. You know, all on social media. Talking about, oh, let's work together. You know, we can make this better. We can make this right. No, you were benefiting from that stuff, okay? And now you see that the elite don't care about you either. Now you want to get together and be friends and work together. No, as long as you were benefiting from it, it was okay. All right.
And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
God, and the thing is, you know, he told you not to set him by you. Okay, if you do. You know, and do what he said he was going to do, stand up and take your seat, you know, you're going to remember those words. You know, you'll be pricked with them. All right? Like, damn, I should have listened. All right? Then it's too late.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Kind of says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Yeah, he gonna talk slick to you, try to be your friend, and do everything to be nice. But in the end, it says war was in his heart. He's looking to take you out. Here again, it says his hatred has been perpetual to us. Okay, ever since that birthright back in Genesis 27 and 41. Okay, when that blessing was given out. All right, that hatred has been perpetual, and you all don't seem to get it. You're still trying to be friends with this person, still forgiving. All right.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
His words were salt and oil, like Esau is smooth. He's a serpent. And most snakes, by the time they bite you, you never saw them. You never knew they were there. All right. Yeah.
This is Proverbs chapter 26. I'm gonna start at verse 24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him.
He that hateth dissembleth with his lips. So, and how is he dissembling? Like the brother said, his words were smoother than oil, softer than butter. Okay, so what he's doing is trying to figure a way to get in. Okay, he's breaking you down with his words. Okay, in order to move in for the kill. That's what Esau does.
When he speaketh fair, believe him not. But there are 7 abominations in his heart.
He says, when you speaketh fair, believe him not. Didn't the scripture say, never trust thine enemy? Never. That's a commandment. Never. Okay? Go ahead.
They say, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation.
Man, whose hatred is covered by deceit. And I'll tell you, if you watch like the comments on social media when Jake is getting shot down, okay, the same so-called white women that are married to brothers are talking bad about the person that got shot down. Yep. He should have complied. I need to see the rest of the story. When you see the video, the guy's hand is up, he get blown away. Yep. He covered that. He covers that hatred with deceit. Just because you have a child like that, hey, it don't mean that you're going to be righteous to us. Yep. None whatsoever.
Dissembleth, it says to put on a false appearance, conceal facts, intentions, and filling under some pretense.
That's Esau all day long. All day long. Look at all the treaties he did with Gad. 400 of them. He broke all of it. Okay. There's number of rape, rob, murder, and kill under the guise of being friendly. All right.
Oh yes.
Yes.
And then I would want to say too, real quick, just like that hate covered by deceit. See, Esau get on the podium and be like, yeah, we want to get back to the black communities, we want to go to the floor, get this and that. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, they putting together devices to kill you.
Yep.
Like I said, look at your food, look at the air, the water, the ecosystems, everything is all polluted. Yet this man say, and then you don't see that he hates you.
Yep.
Like I said, everything is geared towards to come after the tribes. Like what he had said, like when they came with the whole crown thing. It started with these people, these individuals, and these people, now the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Everything's geared to you. He hates you.
Yep.
And like I said, behind the scenes, in the think tanks, they think the ways how to overthrow you, how to kill you. Yet they say they want to help out and give to your community.
Yep.
Right?
What was that former governor of New York, Cuomo? Bring your arm to us. Yeah. You so-called, and he specifically called out the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Bring your arm to us. We want to help you. When they ever want to help us? Never wanted to help us. Okay. Even with Creepy Joe. We would say you're not black unless you vote. Unless you vote for me, you want to vote for him. Who gets all the laws first? Right. Okay, the alphabet gang, the Asians, left you in the dust. Fools.
like even currently, you know, you have Flint with the water, and you have Mississippi with the water,
Mississippi
and
with the
money's
water,
being
yeah.
sent overseas, but yet you
No,
got a highly
Brett Favre got that money from Mississippi.
Yeah, we seen that.
Yeah, they took that money and gave it to Brett Favre. One person. Mississippi is the poorest state. Okay, they gave it to him. And all of this, you know, it goes back. They were projecting it in movies. You see it all the time. The old school movie, Three the Hard Way, Poison the Water System, and y'all old enough to remember Batman Begins.
Yep.
They did the same thing. You know, Poison the Water System. But all right,
Verse 27.
Don.
Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein,
Mm-hmm.
and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him.
Whoso diggeth a pit. So essentially, everything you want to do, it's going to come back to you. All right? Everything you're going to do. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Can somebody get that, please? Back to brother up.
I got it. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
God, he says everything that was on us is going to come back on you. You know, just like this stone. And when that stone is rolling downhill, you ain't going to stop it. All right?
Last verse. Proverbs 26, verse 28. A lion hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin.
He said, a lying tongue hated those that are afflicted by it. And that's the thing. Who's he lying to? Just like you brought up earlier, you know, with the jab. You know, who's it afflicting? And now, you know, you got all these coroners coming out saying all the people that are dying have these serious blood clots. You know, old boy, the comedian that was supposed to be here, David Arnold. Fit is on or what? You know, he took that stuff, you know, and then the second and third, and it just had a heart attack. You know, 54 years old, in tip-top shape. You know, all these people are dropping out. You got kids, you know, having enlarged hearts, you know, because of the stuff. He said the lying tongue hates those who are afflicted. That's us, Jake. You know, he lies to us all the time, just like he lied to Gad. All right, with those 400 treaties. All right, let me get the end of that again.
So, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin.
A flattering mouth. Yeah, and man, the best way I can sum that up, look at these contracts these rappers get. Okay, it's going to ruin you. Just found out, I think I put in the group, all these rappers that have died, Aaliyah, PNB, they take out life insurance policies on them. Okay, yeah, Empire Records. Yeah, they take out life and they get paid a non-taxable lump sum. And that's what it does. You know, it brings you to ruin. All right, which is there's no recovery from until you come back in the kingdom. All right.
Quickly, it's Psalms chapter 10 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined."
God says the wicked persecutors of the poor. The wicked, we know, is Esau, Edom, according to Malachi 1:4, and the poor is the nation of Israel. You know, we were plucked from our home. You know, we have no resources. We just out here, scattered to the ends of the earth. Okay, at the beck and call of every nation that we were scattered to. Okay, we own nothing. You know, everything we'll be in want for. Okay, and that's what he does. He wants to persecute the poor. Okay, because he knows who we are. You know, you're seeing it every day on this social media. You know, these people are starting to realize, hey, you know, we may have been putting our hands on the wrong folks. It ain't no may, you have been. All right, you have been putting your hands on the wrong people. And you know that I mean, just licking my chops, just waiting till that day he turns us loose. All right.
It's Psalm 7:16. It says, "His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate."
God says, mischief shall return upon his own head. Here again, everything he has planned, you know, it's going to come back on him for everything he's tried to do, especially to the children of Israel. You know, and this Esau has gone great lengths to do stuff. These are Jeremiah 31, 35 and 37. You know, it says, if you can take away the sun, moon, and the stars, I will cast away Israel for all that they've done. Okay, everybody thinks Neil Armstrong went to the moon. Okay, no, he didn't. Okay, before that project in 1969, it was 1959. NASA Project A119. They tried to blow up the moon. That's, you know, they went that great length so that we be cast away. All right, and you know, as of late now, they're trying to block out the sun.
Yep.
All right.
Back in Sirach chapter 12, or Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
God, that's, you know, like the scriptures say, you know, who will pity a charmer? Okay, that's the thing. You go into the ways of Esau, Edom. Okay, and we seeing that again right now with Eve and the serpent in the garden. You know, she is the whooping stick for Esau, Edom. You know,
Precept.
he's using her now, just as he did back then. But this time, the elect men are smart. You know, you see it all over the internet. You know, no, we leave them alone. You know, you've seen plenty of videos. You know, don't get in no relationship, especially with no so-called black woman today. All right, the same thing, same thing. All right, but this time it's not going to happen. Okay, the elect will not be deceived.
Hey, and why will there be no pity? Because the warning, the trumpet had been blown.
God.
All right.
God.
All right. Especially with starting with what? Can't trust that enemy, man.
Yeah.
Esau, Edom, and the rest of these nations, man. So when you get tore up from the flow up on certain situations, man, when you go on that fishing trip or the camping trips and you don't come back because you're the only Jake amongst your enemies, man. Hey, guess what? You reap what you sow, man. And we see that. That happens a lot.
God. And it said, for any that come nigh as wild beasts. I mean, you seeing it every day. You know, you had the lady that was playing with a bear bit in the face. You know, messing around with sharks, swimming with them. You're gonna get ate up. Who plays with tigers, man?
Right.
You know, it makes no sense. And these things are meat eaters.
Play with fire.
Yeah. What was that? What was that years ago? Who on not to talk about that leopard? The dude was taking a selfie and never saw the leopard coming up.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't real.
No, it wasn't. Oh shit.
But I mean, it's a good example.
Yeah, you just seen the body parts. Yeah, Steve Irwin. Yeah, Steve Irwin. You know, he got poked in the heart by a stingray. Yep, gone, dead. All right.
Sirach chapter, wait, you said it.
13.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
Con, and here again, that goes back to what I was saying earlier, you know, 1 Corinthians 15 and 33.
Precept.
Bad company corrupts good manners. Why would you go deal with the sinner? You know, you're going to be just as guilty and accountable for the same sin. You know, you're going to defile yourself with that. You know, you can't be hanging with the wrong people. You know, you can't be in this truth and still hanging out in the world. All right, it just doesn't work that way. You know, that's just to put off the old man and bring on the new man. All right.
It's the Sirach or Ecclesiastes chapter 21 and verse 2. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent, for if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee.
And that's just the opposite of what that previous scripture said. You know, who will pity a charmer? If you enticing this serpent, you're going to get bit. This scripture here is telling you to flee from it. Okay? You get too close, you're going to get bit. Just that simple. And sometimes, you know, you know that venom works real fast. It's going to take you out. All right?
Says the teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men.
That's pretty much straightforward. You know, once they gets into you, you know, you're done. You're done. Dead. All right?
That's it.
Dictionary. The serpent goes into a treacherous person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's one that's likely to betray trust.
Ooh.
Unreliable.
Treacherous.
Go back to the Hebrew word nakash.
Yeah, nakash. And there's a scripture, what's that? Is it Isaiah 33 or 30? treacherous with thee.
Deal is treacherous.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
33 and 1.
Yeah.
I'm already at the-
33 and 1. You got it? All right,
This is book Isaiah chapter 33, verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled.
Woe to thee that spoilest and thou was not spoiled. Okay, that's been robbed of everything, taking everything from you, you know, your heritage, your culture, you know, the scriptures and twisting them up. That's talking about you, Esau, Edom, woe unto you, which means destruction, all right?
It says, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
It says, then you've been dealing treacherously with us since day one, okay, and there's been no recompense, okay, not in the same fashion that you've dealt with us, okay. We have not done treacherously with you, you know. Just look, you know, all the when the cops are out there, you know, so-called Edomites can fight with the cops, you know. We fight by, you know, you're dead. Then you got a lot of just standing around, just videotaping, and not helping. You know, we don't deal treacherous like that with you. However, when it's your turn, you know, you have civilians that come up and help the cops fight against Jake, subdue Jake. All right.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Yeah, my favorite line from Iron Man 1 when he comes out that mountain, my turn. That's what it is. That's pretty what they're saying. It's going to be our turn to deal treacherous with you and spoil you. All right.
Exodus 23 and 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Shall not follow a multitude to do evil. Okay, we the men of the hopeful elect men, you know, screw that BLM stuff. All right, we're not supposed to be out there marching with them anyway. And then their foundation is totally against, you know, the man being the head. All right. Yep. And it's run by unclean women. You get my drift. Alphabet crew. Go ahead.
All right. It says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment.
So don't be, you know, just saying stuff because you want to see the outcome go in your favor or in the favor of the evil that you follow. Okay. That's bearing false witness. All right.
Yep, because you don't want to. What's the scripture you like to bring out? Why trim style ways?
Yeah. That's Jeremiah 2:33. Yeah. Yep.
So hey, that's why we gotta stick to it. But the law, statutes, commandments, see how about shall, man. And if you know you're in a sticky situation, man, hey, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shah, man, don't go towards that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't follow that multitude of evil, man. Remember, Amos 3 and 3. If two can walk together, can two walk together? Let's say be agreed. Hell no. All right, so we gotta remain separate, man.
All right.
Oh, you just go ahead.
This is book of 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. It says, Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Be ye not unequally yoked. Okay? Because, you know, light cannot fellowship with dark. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness?
What fellowship with righteousness have with unrighteousness? Here again, none. Because bad company corrupts good manners. All right? 1 Corinthians 15:33. Go ahead.
And what communion have light with darkness?
Oh, yeah. Light, no light. You know, you can't fellowship. It just doesn't work. And that light, you know, is those who are filled with the word Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And that darkness is the ones who don't have it, ones who are ignorant of it or despise it. All right?
And what concord have Christ with Belial? Or what part have the belief with the infidel?
So here again, you know, you cannot have, you know, two polar opposites trying to come together. It's not going to happen. That's like you have the two opposites of a magnet, you know. You push the one, it's going to push the other one back, and so on and so forth. All right?
back in Sirach, chapter 12, verse 15. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
God, he's gonna always be there to, lift you up and support you with the ultimate goal of bringing you down. He's waiting for that crack, okay? He's waiting for that crack to bring you down. I don't know if you all saw, what was that, Straight Outta Compton, the record producer they had. Everything was fine until Ice Cube started talking about the small hats. Yep, then he got mad. You see what they said? And now, I believe since that point, you can't say nothing about them in those records. Nothing. And the other ones who are, what you say, a lying tongue, afflicts, just brought it out.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Proverbs, yeah.
Proverbs
26. Yeah.
Microphone in that mug, man.
It's a Proverbs 26, verse 28. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it.
Con, and that's the thing, that record producer Jerry and Straight Outta Compton, he was lying to them the whole time, okay? But he hated them, that talent, he had to, he couldn't harness it, like he wanted to. So Cube made a diss song. He got mad. Like I said, he will not tarry. He can't wait. He's waiting for that crack, waiting for you to mess up. All right.
Verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Con, it's like he's always smooth. Okay. And that's Esau Edom. He's working two things at the same time. We always talk about problem, reaction, solution. Okay, he knows what the problem is. He's already got the solution at the end of it, because what is his ultimate goal? He's looking to overthrow you. His ultimate goal is a destruction of Jake. That has never changed since those blessings were handed out. It has never changed. And for you all that can't see it, you're gonna get caught up. Straight up. You just said earlier in the scripture, never trust your enemy. He's always after you. I don't care how, nice they pretend to be. All right?
He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied.
Oh, man, yeah. Oh, man, I'm sorry that happened to you, buddy. And boom, stick the knife in your back.
Yeah. As it's giving you a hug.
Yeah, as it's giving you a hug. Straight up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 52, beginning at verse 2. Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs, like a sharp razor working deceitfully.
Thy son deviseth wickedness, okay? Like a sharp or razor deviseth, say that again.
So Psalms 52 and 2. Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs, like a sharp razor working deceitfully.
God, and that's the thing. The sharp razor, you don't see it coming. All right, that's like a shank. They come up behind you. It works deceitfully. You don't see when they come, and all you do, they show in the movies, slide out his hand. Next thing you know, the dude is down. Okay.
Verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness, Selah.
Oh, that's Esau all day long. All right. He does nothing but lie. The scriptures say the wicked is estranged from the womb speaking lies. That first sound he makes is a lie. All right.
It says, thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue.
God, all devouring words. And what devouring? That's, he loves to destroy. Okay? He loves to destroy. And he does that with a deceitful tongue. You thinking everything all hunky-dory, as they say, but it's not. He's got a plan to take you out, kill you, destroy you, get rid of you. All right? So it's like, he says that he will not be satisfied with blood. Okay? He will not be satisfied until he's just, your blood is not enough. Okay? It's death, annihilation. You know, you just don't get it, Jake, how serious this birthright is.
That's right.
You know, if that sucker went to great lengths to blow up the moon and block out the sun, knowing he can't do that, but he tried, I mean, that's got to tell you how much this birthright means to him. And you got it. You know? But you know, 2/3 you're gonna have to, you know, get it the second time around. But the elect, you know, we want it right now. That's why we're out here, you know, being that living sacrifice. You know, doing our best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Turning away from evil. You know, staying away from vexing conversation. You know, anything that's going to deter us or knock us off the path of staying on the straight gate, staying on that path. All right.
Sirach, back in Sirach, chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
Because he's responsible for it.
Right.
Okay? You shall find him there first. That's the adversity. This guy that's been putting his arm around you, around at work, you know, looking at what you're doing, all of that. Anybody ever see that old movie, Strictly Business? Yeah, all right. That dude was, you know, looking at his reports and stuff. Went in, he was about to get this huge promotion, this big deal. Went in the night before, changed all his figures. Supposed to be his boy, right? Now, that's what they do. All right, they hate to see you succeed. You know, like I said, you will find him there first. That's because he is the cause of it.
Hey, they the type to steal something from you and help you look for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. Hey, hold on now, like bro just said, that's definitely a Jake move. 2/3 Israelites
Yeah.
be doing that, man.
Yeah. Have y'all talked to look at their ways?
Right.
Let's say, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee.
He said, yeah, he pretend to help you, you know, while, you know, he's helping you to get away from something. He's telling everybody else where you at, you know, trying to help you come back up, and he's changing the figures in the system, you know. He's just no good, man.
Hey, what was the title of that movie? Strictly Business.
Strictly
That's what he
Business.
hides behind these little philosophies and ways. Oh, that's just business.
Yeah.
Nothing personal.
Yep.
Hey, all right.
Nothing personal. Yep, the only thing that's personal is your demise,
Yep.
Jake.
That's right.
Yep, that's what's strictly business.
Right.
Your demise.
Verse 18. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance.
Pretty much. Yeah, I got that much. Finally, you know, he's out of here. We got him fired. You know, that's the way he is. All right, always working towards your demise, and Jake just don't get it. You know, some you know, just too forgiving. All right, too forgiving. And like I said, he's going to be happy when you come down. You know what? Is that Psalms 137? Raise it. You know? Yeah. He's happy when you destroy it. All right. With that, we hope the lesson was edifying for the body. Once again, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Akakodash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the whole elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Babal.
Abba Babal.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Shalom to you, sincere Akim and Akwaf on the comment board.
Shalom.
Shalom.
PTA.
Yeah. All right.